Yo. 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 Alright, good evening everyone. Welcome to round 4 of the Thursday night Road to Spa Amigos Racing League Season 3. My name is Peter Kasbergen, also known as SimCurves, and I'll be commentating the stream for you tonight. We are at the Circuit of the Americas, Austin, Texas, USA, also known as COTA. We are driving the full layout today, so no short track, no national variant, just the whole full track with all its turns and fast corners and slow corners and everything. So let's see what we get today. Let's take a look first at the current standings. First we take a look at the hypercars, and in the hypercars we will see the following people. On number 1, let me just bring up a bigger version on my own screen. Yep, there we go. Wagner Marquez in the Peugeot 9X8 2024, 111 points, way ahead of number 2. Carlo Dorazio in the Toyota GR10. Third is Aaron Holloway in the BMW, 53 points. And down the list we see Joseph Attenborough, Giles Holloway, Aaron Sparks for 5 and 6. And you can look up your own favorites in the list. A couple of people have not driven or finished many races, so we will be going to the LMP2 standings now. A bit less cars. We have Adam Locke in first position, 111 points as well. Oliver Dewick in second, 83, and Nathan Warren in third, 48 points. Dominic Giese, Berit Baptiste, and Kyle Oosthuizen make up the rest of the standings. Then take a look at the LMGT3s, where we have Jeroen Jongen in the Mustang leading the field, also 111. Alessandro Farace, 83 points in second place in the BMW. Sander Jacobs in also the BMW M4 GT3 in third position. Bart Jansen, Dean Ellico, Luca Antinori, Alex Urzo, John Dudley, Matthew North, Matthew Chater, John Wilson, Stephen Wilson, and Abraham Calderon make up the rest of the standings. We'll see what everything brings us today, what the competition brings us. Let's take a look on track. See, not all the textures have been loaded, but we currently have in hypers Aaron Holloway, I think, in first. Yes, Lucas de Deugd in second, and Joey Attenborough in third. Fastest time in the hypercar is 1:54.586 at the moment. Lucas de Deugd quite a bit behind, 0.7 of a second. In LMP2 we have Adam Locke with the fastest time of 1:58.212, and we have Brit Baptiste in second, 1:58.8, so 0.6 behind. LMGT3 first in the standings in the practice is Sander Jacobs, 2:09.2. Bart Jansen in second, 4:99, and John Dudley in 2:10.1 in third position. Obviously we have some changes today to some of the cars. Let's look at the cars that people are driving. Sander Jacobs stuck to the BMW in third position in the standings. Oh, sorry, I did not change the view. I'm so sorry. Sander Jacobs also obviously stuck to the BMW. We have Bart Jansen also sticking to the BMW. But here we go. LMU update. John Dudley moved from the Ferrari to the Lamborghini. Swapped one Italian car for the other. Both mid-engined. Just a V6 versus a V10 now. So that's one car change. Let's see what we have. Antinori, Ferrari, Jeroen Jonge still in the Mustang. Steve Wilson in the Ferrari. I don't think that changed. Faraci in the BMW. Did not change. Matthew North. There we go. Another car change. Moved to the Lexus. But he got the chance to change the car to a new content car without losing points. So 2 people did. Dudley and North. Lamborghini and Lexus respectively. And then we have Dean Ellico, of which I'm not sure the car he's driving. Let me see if I can find that out from my view. Let's see the car at the moment. Oh, here we go. United Autosports. So what would that be? Sure. Well, we'll see a bit later. Let's take a look. Gary Smith just moved into second position in practice, 0.3 of a second behind Lok Baptiste Uwig. There's Adam Lok in the LMP2 car. Yeah, obviously you might have been expecting qualifying to start, but we had some server difficulties, so that will start in about 7 minutes. And meanwhile, people are trying to get used to the track. This is obviously a very technical track. And yeah, see what it brings today. Driving along with Adam Lok. Let's switch to the car of Joey Attenborough. Oh, he's in the pits, obviously. It's not the best view. Also not the best view. Come on, people. Everybody joined late. I cannot reload the textures from the replay view, so you have to bear with me on this. Mr. Holloway at least has loaded, so we see the nice BMW V8 hybrid art car in first position in Hypercar 154.5 still, while we are waiting for qualifying to start in about 5 minutes time. If you're watching the chat and are able to type a chat message, let me know where you're watching from, who you're supporting, if you're not driving yourself, and I'll see if I can react to it. Holloway hustling the car through the turns. This has improved in the first sector by 0.2. Let's see if he can build on that. Meanwhile, Stetter has moved to second place in Hypercar. We have Luis in fourth, all driving the nice general template car. Lucas de Deugd in the Porsche, dropping down to fifth, 155.3. See if anything is going on. Obviously, everybody has to, well, all the GT3s have to contend with the new GT3 tire model. Some people may be happy about that, others may not. I suspect that Mr. Jongen is not too happy with it, because he's normally a bit further up the scales, and obviously he's the championship leader at the moment in 6th position on the back straight. And I think he's, more than 2 seconds behind Sander Jacobs. So this might be an interesting challenge tonight for him to try to retain the lead in the championship. 3 minutes to go in practice before we go to individual solo qualifying. Oliver Ewig has now set the fastest time in LMP2, 1:57.8. As we see Adam and Locke come out of sector 1. 0.1 seconds down on his own time on the pole time. Well, not pole, but the fastest time in practice so far. So losing a bit of time in the first sector to Oliver Dewey. Car bottoming quite a bit. See a lot of sparks being thrown. Let's hope it's within regulations at the end of the race. While Luca Antinori moves to second place in LMGT3, 0.5 seconds behind Sander Jacobs at the moment. 2 minutes on the clock. 1 minute 30 seconds before we will move to qualifying. If you're new here, welcome to the Amigos Racing League, where we are in season 3 of Thursday night's season. This is round 4 of 5 races, where we do 1 hour of racing in multi-class, so all 3 multi-class classes, Hypercar, LMP2 and LMGT3. 60 minutes of racing, and tonight we have double tire wear. So people need to look after their tires, or they think they can be faster with a stop to change tires. They should do that. The strategy element in LMU is quite a big one. On Mondays we repeat this race, only without the LMP2, and a bit longer, where we will have 1 hour and 45 minutes on COTA with just the hypercars and the LMGT3s. And then the strategy element will be even stronger because the race is longer. Also on Mondays there's a higher chance of rain. Today I don't think there's a lot of chance of rain. Let me just check the weather report. The weather report says that there's 0% chance of rain today. 22 degrees air temperature. Double tire wear. Single fuel consumption and double time scales. So tires are the things to watch. Ooh, this is interesting. Oh, he just moved to the pit. Everybody move to the pit because this is the end of practice and we now move on to qualifying. We'll have 10 minutes of qualifying today. Solo qualifying, so everybody has the track to themselves. And we'll see who comes out on top per class. Also new in the new LMU update this time is that the classes will be separated a bit. So all hypercars will be in front of all LMP2s, who will be in front of all the LMGT3s. So even if you do not set a time in the hypercar, you will not start behind the LMGT3s. You will start at the back of the hypercar field. This prevents obviously dangerous situations in the already crowded first laps, where a hypercar has to move through the field of LMGT3s before it's spread out. So while Oliver Dewey spins his car in turn 1, has to go through the gravel but has no damage, so can continue on. Obviously new tire model Not for the LMP2s and the hypercars, but still cold tires are a thing. So you need to watch out. Most people have left the pits. Now we do have textures. Wagner Marquez in the Peugeot 9X8. On his outlap, trying to warm the tires, as you can see. Weaving from left to right on the back straight. This is the back straight, this is the back straight. So let's see, it's kind of hard to determine who is the first to set a time. But we'll see soon enough when the times start appearing on the board. Chris Tedder in the Toyota GR10 hypercar. Taking turn 1. He's now on his flyer lap. So let's see where he ends up. Hypercars obviously the first ones to set a time. So we'll see where this takes us. Oh, takes us off the track. Not what Tedder had planned. Let's see if he can be held on to the tires. He is continuing, so I assume he will be okay. We switch to Benito Luis in the 2023 Peugeot. The darker livery in any case. I personally still think this is the best looking hypercar in years without the rear wing. Love the concept. Kind of feel bummed that they had to add a wing in 2024, but it's the way it is. And let's see how Luis does. 2 purple sectors so far, so that's good. On his way to the fastest time so far. Into the last sector. Long sweeping turns. Turn right. I mean, well, it's actually sort of 3 turns. Okay, 2 left onto the start-finish straight, and we'll see a time on the board. Luis sets a time on the board, 1:52.6. So that's the first flying lap that we have. Second time for Tedder, but that's with the spin, 2:01. Marquez 1:53.6, while Luis goes off track. So I think that's a valid lap. As we see Oliver Dewey come onto the straight, and we'll have our first P2 times. Brit Petist sets a 1:58.1, while Dewey had a spin, obviously, so also over 2 minutes. In LMGT3, we have Sander Jacobs 2096, followed by Bart Janssen 2:10.6, so 1 second apart. So there is room in between these guys. Couple of LMGT3s on timed laps. Farace, second position so far in LMGT3, 2:10.5. Let's go to Aaron Holloway in the BMW, trying to improve. 2 tenths below the target pole time so far in the first sector. So let's see what the second sector does. Holloway being really fast in the BMW. Second sector coming up. Ooh, and now he's 0.3 up on his time. No, down. 0.3 down on the pole time, I must say. So, Louis being definitely quicker in the second sector. Let's see where Holloway ends up on this lap. Sets a time of 1:52.6. Oh, and now the second sector turns purple. Interesting. Anyway, 52.649 is just 0.03 of a second faster than Louis, even 2.4 hundredths. So really close at the top. Wagner Marquez still 1 second behind, but maybe he can come closer as well. In LMP2, Adam Locke on a flyer sets a new provisional pole time of 1:57.3. Followed by Britt Batiste, 1:58.1. Nathan Warren and Oliver Dewey. Sander Jacobs, 2:08.8. Improved on his previous provisional pole time. Coming onto the straight again. Did not improve on his lap time. But that was the first sector, 2.4. So something went wrong there. Let's see how everybody else is doing. John Dudley, 2:09.8 at the moment. 1 second behind Sander. In the Lambo, obviously enjoying himself. But Janssen 1/10 behind Dudley, the BMW. And Jeroen Jongen into the top 4 in the Mustang. Has found some pace, 2:09.9. Obviously he's not running full fuel as you do in qualifying. You take less fuel, have a lighter car, but everybody does. So Jongen obviously found some relative pace to the others. Currently in 4th position. While we have 1 minute and 20 seconds left on the clock in qualifying. Not much time left to do fast stuff. Anyone improving? Not at the moment. You can see the top 5 for all the classes on your screen on the left. Holloway still first, Locke still first, and Jacob still first in their respective classes. As we have an aerial view of the roof of the Banana Mustang. Obviously, we are waiting for custom liveries on hosted servers, but that has unfortunately not been a part of the latest update. So we need to wait till we see that. But, well, I think most people agree that it's a good thing that Studio 397 is now gradually rolling things out. Not trying to break the infrastructure right away. And hence we are still looking at the by now well-known liveries, standard liveries in the game in hosted sessions. Qualifying time is over. Jeroen is practicing sliding into the pits. So we have who's driving still? People are still driving. Luis is still trying to improve. First sector is 200ths faster than Holloway. Luis was fast in the second sector as well, although the sector times were not representative for Holloway when I looked at it. We'll see. Holloway went to the pits, did not improve, 1:52.64. Let's see if Luis can pull something out of his hat LMP2 seems also decided. Locke, Baptiste, Ewig and Warren all in the pit. That's the order. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sander Jacobs still driving in LMGT3. Top 4 is still driving. Jeroen Jong dropped to 5th. I think Bart Jansen moved up to 2nd position. 3/10 behind Sander Jacobs. Louis takes a really wide line through the turn there. I don't think that's the fastest way to do things. So that might have just killed his final attempt at pole position. Hustling the car through the last section. Also practicing the pit entry, so no improvement there. So we have our order where we see that in Hypercar, Holloway, Louis, Marquez, Smith, Tedder, De Deugd, Attenborough, Hoffman and Sparks. LMP2 consists of Locke, Baptiste, Ewig and Warren. Ewig and Warren 3 seconds behind pole, so quite a big difference. And then GT3 where we have Sander Jacobs on pole position, Bart Jansen in 2nd, Luca Antinori P3, John Dudley, Jeroen Jonge, Farace, Elico, Wilson and North on the rest of the grid. We go back to the multi-class view and we try to take a look at the grid, where the race will start in 1 minute and 30 seconds. Again, reminding you, we are on Circuit of the Americas, also known as COTA, Austin, Texas, USA. This is race 4 of 5 of the Thursday, Season 3 at Amigos Racing League. You're welcome to join the community. It's a very friendly community with really prompt post-race stewarding most of the time. Well, no, actually all of the time. Races are one day, stewarding is done the next day, and standings are updated. Amigos also have their own driver rankings with ELO and safety rating. So if you feel like driving in a professional league, come on over, join the Discord, and get racing. Okie dokie, here we go. Let's see, cars are lining up on the grid. 30 seconds to go before everything gets going. Again, if you're watching, let me know in the chat. Love to hear from you. Thanks, Lucas, for the wishes. I'll have lots of fun, I'm sure, this race again. 60 minutes of COTA, full track. I'm actually bummed I can't race myself, but obviously I race on Monday, so I will be in the 1 hour 45 minutes race on COTA on Monday in my BMW LM GT3. Alright, the field has gotten going. We are lined up, and let's see if we now have that gap. There's the gap, and there are the LMP2s, and there is another gap, and there are the LM GT3s. So, classes separated. Oh, come on. We switch back to the hypercar field. Where Holloway leads the field, Benito Luis beside him. Oh. My audio connection. Go. Back on. Onto the straight, and we'll see. That's a bit of a weird lineup because Holloway's way before. Not sure if that's intentional, but we'll see. Tedder on the inside there. Let's see if that has to. Yeah, that was a bit ambitious. But we are away. Let's see if everything went well in LMP2. Locke, Ewig has passed Baptiste. And Warren is in 4th, so a bit of a shuffle there. Sander Jacobs leading the GT3 field. Followed by Bart Jansen, Luca Antinori and John Dudley. Holloway trying to get away while Lucas de Deugd is fighting with Marquez. Marquez may have made a little bit of a mistake. De Deugd is driving on Monday in the BMW, where he switched to the BMW because he didn't quite like the handling of the Porsche, but they stuck to the Porsche in this competition on Thursday. So let's see if he can keep it on the track today. In 4th position at the moment. Where are the fights? Brett Batiste is behind Adam Locke. Now 0.7 seconds behind. And the field already seems to have settled. And everybody is getting into their rhythm. Do wonder where Gary Smith went. He's still in the pit. So something obviously not right there. And Joey Attenborough fell back and is now trying to clear some GT3s again. Something happened. Maybe a spin, maybe a crash. I don't know. We didn't see that. While Luis is now mounting the pressure. Let's go on board and see what it looks like from his perspective. Trying to chase down Aaron Holloway. Gap is 0.8, so he is moving closer a little bit. Maybe there's some draft. Point 7, 0.6, 0.8. So obviously quite close in pace. Let's see who manages the tires best. And now Marquez is coming from behind. Where did he come from? All of a sudden he's back in the mix, fighting with Luis again, as they did last race. So there's a fight coming up between these two, already started. Marquez on the inside, trying to get to the apex first. Has to take it the tight line. Luis can cross back, but Marquez takes the position. P2 for Marquez, P3 for Luis. Holloway obviously is drifting, and we have Gary Smith on track, trying to get out of the way in the S's, which is not easy to do, I can tell you. So he did get out of the pit. Not sure what happened there. At least he's racing. There's 55 minutes to go, so all good. Gary Smith on track, good to see him. And de Deugd flashing his lights. Yeah, he wants to pass Smith, who knows that he's a lap behind, so he has to let him go. Lucas de Deugd in 4th position. Well, Chris Tedder has had a moment, because he is now behind Adam Locke in the LMP2. So also something happened there. Not quite sure what. We didn't catch that, and there's no way to view the replay live. Well, we can, but we have to scrub back. I don't have a link to the incident or something. Tedder passing Adam Locke on the inside. P7 in hypercar so far. In LMGT3, nothing really interesting going on. We have Jeroen Jonge now in 4th position. Oh well, he is challenging Dudley on the inside of the Lambo and takes the position. Dudley crosses back. Oh, while Faraci in the background is sliding his way through the corner. Drag race between the Mustang and the Lambo. Lambo comes out on top so far. But knowing Jeroen, he'll go for the dive on the inside here. And Dudley knows it. See if Jeroen can stop it. Yes, he does. So he takes the position back. Nice bit of racing here by the two LMGT3 drivers. Let's see if we can get behind. Looking from behind Dudley's car. They are quite close. Jeroen going wide there. Dudley sticking to the inside. Oh, needs to lift a little bit, not to tap Jeroen Jongen. Jongen using as much of the track as he can. Nice fight to see between these LMGT3 drivers. Jongen up to third position now. And in the front you see the BMWs of Bart Jansen and Sander Jacobs. As we look to the hypercar battle where Wagner Marquez is now getting close to Aaron Holloway. Gap 0.4 seconds. Holloway needing to look in his mirror. Can Marquez make the move? Looks feisty, he looks ready to go. Holloway maybe trying to save his tires a bit. But Marquez is not. He is really attacking and getting closer to Holloway. Last lap he was 0.15 seconds faster. Did a 1:54.3, which was the fastest lap so far in hypercar. Getting really close to the BMW of Aaron Holloway. Let's keep an eye on this fight because this can get interesting really fast. BMW seems to have a bit of a better exit there onto the straight. Good thinking, good driving by Holloway. Marquez takes a wider line, maybe a bit too wide there. Not close enough so far. Try to get a bit of a wider view. There we go. Marquez losing a bit of time now again to Luis. So this is again a three-way battle as we did have last week. Marquez better exit here. Definitely a better exit. Oh, hops the curb. Went flying with four wheels there. And almost taps the back of Holloway under braking. Both cars really close together. While we see Luis in the background watching this all unfold. In the meantime, John Dudley has not let go of Jeroen Jongen and is trying to get back his third position. But the Banana Mustang does well in a straight line. You know that. This fight has also brought Faraci back in to the mix. Faraci in P5 in the BMW, 0.7 behind Dudley at the moment. So we have a LMGT3 fight for P3 and we have a hypercar fight for P1. 3 LMGT3s are together and in front also 3 hypercars. As for the LMP2s, Locke, Baptiste, Warren and Uwig 4, 2 and 3 seconds apart, so that's not really close at the moment. Faraci trying to see if he can outsmart John Dudley. Looking for a gap, looking for a mistake by Dudley. Oh, Jeroen goes a bit wide there. Doesn't have the best of lines through the hairpin there. And Dudley, Jeroen, defending the inside like a madman. Well, not a madman. Just sensible stuff. Takes his line into the hairpin at the end of the back straight. Blocking Dudley on the apex. So, not possible for Dudley to make the move there. But these are fair racers. So, all should be good. A little bit of a wiggle there from Faraci in the BMW. And so far, no position changes. Where we do have a position change, and we missed it, is Marquez on Holloway. Marquez, having done the pass on Holloway, now into P1. Holloway had to let go. Where did the cameraman go? Fell asleep. Peugeot, BMW, Peugeot. Holloway having to let go of that first position. You want to switch back to the LMGT3 battle because Jongen has not gotten rid of Dudley and Ferracci yet. It seems like both have a little bit more pace than Jeroen. But he still managed to keep them behind. Nice three-way fight as we see the cars bumping around the end part of the S's, which is really bumpy. You really need to be careful not to lose the car there. Not to make any sudden steering inputs. Ferracci also really on the edge. To look at this, because with the LMGT3s coming up, Holloway tries to box in Marquez and does not manage to. Did he get tapped there by the Ferrari? Yeah, it's really hard to get out of the way there. But the positions stay unchanged. 1, 2, 3. Peugeot, BMW, Peugeot. Some interesting fighting going on there. Some interesting fighting going on here. Dudley on the inside. Sorry for switching back and forth, but it's just too interesting on both sides. Is Dudley going to lose his position because he challenged Jeroen Jongen on the braking there? Ferracci pushes him out wide. And Dudley, instead of gaining a position, loses a position. Is now in P5. He'll not be happy about that, but I guess this was fair racing, so he needs to find a way to get back in front. Jeroen Jongen used that battle to get a bit of a gap on Ferracci, but we'll see what the pace of the BMW against the Mustang is in the coming laps. Meanwhile, out in front, Sander Jacobs, all on his own, 4 seconds ahead of Bart Jansen, who is again 5 seconds ahead of Jeroen Jongen. Back to the front. I'm sorry, but we have had another switch up where Luis is now in front. I need to keep an eye on these guys as well. So, the Peugeot switched. I don't know what happened there. Luis is now in front. Holloway still in the middle, in the sandwich, in the Peugeot sandwich. And Marquez is now 2 seconds behind Holloway. So something must have happened. Maybe a back marker, maybe a little bit of a loss of control there by Marquez. Luis in front. Too bad we don't have a good replay system yet where I can click back to that overtaking maneuver. Anyway, not going to try to look for it. That will not be interesting for you to watch. Switch back to the LMGT3 battle where Ferracci has now found the rear diffuser of Jeroen Jongen's car. Goes for the dive on the inside. Oh, wiggly, wiggly, wiggly. Didn't manage to keep it in a straight line. Maybe he didn't watch the video on the new ABS settings. I don't know. Maybe he did. In any case, didn't make it past Jeroen Jongen. So has to try again at some other point on the track, or maybe the same one, and try to make it stick. In any case. What, Lucas? You got a blue screen? Oh no. That's not good. Hope it doesn't have anything to do with the update, or maybe I do. Because if it's your computer, that's not a good thing. Well, both cases are not great. Sorry to hear that, my friend. Blue screens are never fun. Oh, both cars have a big wiggle there. Maybe Dudley can capitalize on that. He's on the inside on the straight. Maybe he can outbrake Ferracci on turn 1. seems to be behind. No, tucks in back behind. And here come the leaders. Here come Holloway, Lewis, and Justin Hoffman. What happened to Marquez? Marquez is in the pit. Oh no. Wagner Marquez in the pit. Well, maybe that's an early stop then. Justin Hoffman in P3. Is this Hoffman? That's the caddy. So I guess the fight is now for P1 between Benito, Luis and Aaron Holloway. Maybe it's a tactical pit stop. Maybe Marquez wanted to get out of the way. Wanted to do some sort of undercut. Maybe he had damage. I don't know. Let's hope he can rejoin the fight. But he's still... Oh well, he's coming out of the pits as we speak. Not sure if that was damage repair or refueling to get to the end of the race. But he is rejoining in 7th position in class. Out of the fight at the moment, obviously. What do we have left in terms of fighting? Well, let's take a look at Nathan Warren trying to chase down Britt Batiste in the LMP2 car. 4 LMP2s on track, not too many. This is a fun car to drive, so if you feel like joining for the last round of this championship, just for fun, drive an LMP2 or even a GT3, feel free to join the Discord and try to register on the Sim Grid. This is Season 3 on Thursday nights for the Amigos Racing League. Let me put the link to the league in the YouTube chat so you can see if you want to join. From there you'll also be able to find other leagues by Amigos. So feel welcome to come into the community. As we just got the tail end of that dive by Holloway. He locked up, but he did manage to get past Benito Luis again. The fight for P1 is still on when we have a BMW ahead. I don't know if that's Jacobs or maybe Janssen. Cannot get out of the way in the S's. Well, has to now. Sensible driving. I think that's Gary Smith behind. He's a lap behind, so he needs to be careful not to take out P1 or P2 of the LMGT3s. He's trying to keep up with the pace. Let's see, his pace is 1:55.0. The leaders are doing 54.4 and 54.9. Kind of a bit faster, but not much. Holloway again in the lead, in front of Benito Luis in 2nd position. Looking further back, Justin Hoffman in the Whelan Cadillac hypercar on the back straight with the nice engine sound. And the Sparks being thrown up in P3 in class. Aaron Sparks, talk about Sparks, P4 in the Toyota hypercar. 14 seconds behind, and 4 seconds behind that is Chris Tedder in the Toyota, the black one, in P5 in class. Let's look at some other cars on track. Last in GT3, but driving, Steve Wilson in the Ferrari. P9 in class at the moment. Second to last, Antinori, not that far ahead. About 4 seconds in also the dark Ferrari, being passed by, I think, by Marquez now, as the seagulls fly overhead. That's Marquez going past, trying to make up time. Marquez is now P7 in hypercar. Hopefully does not have to stop again. Dean Ellico in the one and only McLaren in the field, P7 in LMGT3. Driving a bit of a lonely race, 8 seconds behind Matthew North ahead and 7 seconds ahead of Antinori behind Dean Ellico. Matthew North in the Lexus. Hope he's enjoying himself in the really good sounding Lexus, by the way. Gotta love that sound. V8, front engined, rear wheel drive. Lexus RCF. Only Lexus in the field. And then we go back to the fight for P3. Well, let's say P4, because John Dudley is now within a second point. Oh, and there Faraci goes into the boarding, into the rails. I hope he realizes he does not have a rear wing. I hope he doesn't want to take the corner too fast. This will be a definite pit stop. Let's keep an eye on him, because driving without a rear wing in a GT3 is not the most safe job in the world. Let's see if he doesn't go left or right into the guardrails again. Oh, try to brake, try to keep that car straight under braking without a rear wing. Is not an easy task to do. But he manages to so far. Now, we take a bit of slower turn. Yeah, he realizes he doesn't have a back wing, so he doesn't have any rear downforce. Oh, this car is seriously crippled. Oh, what a shame, because he was having such a good fight for P3 and later P4. Oh, has to get out of the way, and this will be the killer. This will be the hardest. Oh, he knows now that. Oh, no, he doesn't. Oh. Oh, and that's Marquez. I think that's Marquez. Did he have to go into? Yep, he did have to evade. Oh, and now Marquez spins himself. He lost his rear wing as well. Oh no. Where's that rear wing gone? The Peugeot doesn't have a rear wing anymore. Did he lose that in the crash? Or did he touch? Did he touch the BMW of Faraci? Oh, and did he? Yeah, he crawls back to the pit entrance. Faraci is also in, I think. Did he leave the race? No, he's still there. In the pit, trying to get his car repaired. So, again, another pit stop for Marquez. He was unlucky. Obviously, caused by Faraci going wide and spinning without a rear wing. And now Marquez also lost his rear wing. Well, I cannot say I agree with that damage model there, but okay. That would be a bit harsh, I would say. Anyway, let's see if we have any fights left on the track. Not that much. Aaron Sparks is getting closer to Chris Tedder in Hypercar. Sparks in P5. Tedder in P4. Sparks having to deal with LMGT3 traffic. Should be no issue. Gets round the outside of either Jacobs or Janssen. Is that Janssen? No, that's Jacobs. I think. Yes, it is. Sander Jacobs P1 in LMGT3. 8 seconds ahead of Bart Janssen at the moment. Jacobs really killing it in the M4. He's doing well both on Thursday and on Monday. Taking podiums and wins. P3 in the championship at the moment. Who is P1? P1 is Jeroen Jongen, who is currently 13 seconds behind Sander Jacobs. Last lap time of Jeroen Jongen 2:10.4. Last lap time of Sander Jacobs 2:9. No, that's the best time. Let me see. Do we have a full lap time? No, we don't have a last lap time. So I cannot tell you that. Maybe I can have some 1v1 data on the screen. Last lap time of Jeroen Jongen and Dudley. Dudley behind. One of them had a off track, so we don't have any data there. Let's see if we can see what Jongen is doing against Bart Janssen. The gap is 4 seconds. Seems to be coming down a little bit. But Bart Janssen has a 2:09.9 and Jeroen Jongen has a 2:10.4 as a fastest lap. So Janssen, at least on the fastest lap, has the better pace. P2 doing a solid job in the WRT BMW M4 behind Sander Jacobs. Okay, so what do we see? Marquez is back on track with a rear wing. Obviously not contending for the first place anymore. P7 at the moment. 1 lap behind the leaders. Leaders Holloway and Louise, followed by Justin Hoffman at about 12 seconds. Let's look. There are not many fights at the moment. Why there's no... Okay, Adam Locke leading the LMP2 field. Also doing a solid job again. 14 seconds ahead of Joey. Sorry, no, I have to see. 8 seconds behind, ahead of Brit Baptiste in P2. 15 seconds behind Warren and 24 seconds in front, I have to say, of Oliver Dewey. Let's go on board the LMP2 car to see what that looks like. Hard braking, left turn, where we go onto the back straight, full throttle, up to what will it be, 250, 60, and higher, 272 I saw there. Adam Locke in the LMP2 car, having everything under control, looking good. No worries there. Meanwhile, Luca Antinori is getting closer to Steve Wilson in LMGT3, both in the Ferrari, both being passed by the leaders in Hypercar at the moment, Holloway and Louise. See if Antinori can get close to Steve Wilson to try for an overtake. Oh, Louise having to lock up there to not dive the Ferrari, I have to say. Gap 1.4. Antinori 1.1 behind his rival in 7th position. The battle for 7th. There's been an off track, so... Oh, now we do have a gap. 1 second. Closing the gap slowly but surely. Let's keep an eye on this fight. This is getting spicy. Into the slipstream now. 0.3 seconds is the gap at the moment. Will we see a braking maneuver? Not yet. Identical cars. Not identical drivers, of course. Antinori's line's looking a bit tidier than Wilson's. So we'll see what that means. Oh, there they went. There we go. Caddy coming through. Ah, that breaks up the fight for a moment. Oh, that was really close. Hoffman taking all the risk there, but he's passed. Yep. Wilson goes wide there. This should be it. This should be it. Will this be it? Yeah, Antinori goes past. Made the pass, made it stick, and now has to see if he can hold the position by running away from Steve Wilson. P7 for Luca Antinori that we just witnessed. Meanwhile, Benito Luis is getting closer to Aaron Holloway again, having to contend with LMGT traffic. Faraci is there with his rear wing screwed back on. Last in LMGT3 at the moment, 9th position, 1 lap behind the leader Sander Jacobs. Luis is hustling the car to get closer to Aaron Holloway. Alright, we're just past the halfway point of the race. Let's see what we can show. Current standings, Holloway, Luis, Hoffman, that's the podium for now in Hypercar. Chris Tedder and Aaron Sparks, Joey Attenborough still in the same lap. Marquez, Smith and De Deugd. Smith and De Deugd have left the race. Marquez is driving after having visited the pits twice with, well, maybe the first one was a regular pit stop, the second one definitely wasn't. Had to get a new rear wing. So we will see where he ends up. LMP2, Adam Locke, Britt Batiste, Nathan Warren and Oliver Dewey. Dewey has been lapped by Adam Locke in the meantime, and the gaps are quite big in this class. Looking at GT3, Sander Jacobs is in the lead, and has he lapped everybody now? Has he really lapped everybody? I don't think that's true. I don't think that's true. Oh, the gap's 10 seconds, so I don't think this is the correct... This is the correct information. So, okay. LMU needs to fix that. That's okay. We'll get back to our regular programming. Where we have Benito Luis still chasing Aaron Holloway. Alright. We go to John Dudley, still chasing Jeroen Jongen in the yellow Mustang. Not giving up, 1.7 seconds at the moment. John is really pushing the Lambo to try to get onto the podium. P4 at the moment for John. The Iron Dames, pink Lamborghini V10 naturally aspirated glorified Audi, if I may say so. No, that's a joke. Yeah, not giving up. 1.4 stays, well, about 1.5 seconds away from Jeroen Jongen. Still has his eye on the podium. If one of the top three makes a mistake, he'll get there. And maybe he can even make some inroads on Jeroen Jongen. Getting closer to 1.4 seconds at the moment. So, maybe. Meanwhile, Sparks getting closer to Attenborough in Hypercar. P6 and P5. Five seconds. This way. There we go. 1.4 seconds, that's what I mean. 1.4 seconds between the two hypercars. This is the battle for P5. 1.6 seconds. Not getting closer really fast, but maybe he can put enough pressure on Attenborough to make him make a mistake. Trying to get around the Ferrari there is actually very courteous to the Ferrari there. This should be the chance. Go on the inside. Yep, there we go. Passed. And now back in the hunt to get closer. This is Attenborough trying to move away from Sparks. Alright. Gap in front. Luis has lost time. 4 seconds to Aaron Holloway at the moment. What else do we have? Mr. Ellico still driving the McLaren. Steadily in P6 in LMGT3 at the moment. Has he made a pit stop? I don't know. Will people have to make a pit stop? Yes, I guess so. At least for fuel. 1 hour of fuel is not what's in the tanks of the LMGT3s. So they will have to make a pit stop. At the moment nobody's in the pits, so no action there. Mechanics can lie back and wait for things to come. Gaps are quite steady at the moment. Nothing really to report on. Let's take a look at Sander Jacobs. Steadily going ahead, 11 seconds in front of Bart Jansen. It's an all Dutch top 3, by the way. We have Jacobs, Jansen and Jongen. All J. Well, 4 J's actually, but all last names J. We have Juwig in the 11th overall, Jacobs, Jansen, Jongen. 4 J's in a row. We actually have a Dutch band called the 3 J's. So we have the 3 J's here. Sander Jacobs, Bart Jansen, Jeroen Jongen, 1, 2 and 3 in GT3. Dudley has come close to Jongen by the way, all of a sudden. Not sure. Jongen going into the pit at the moment. That gives P3 to Dudley. Jongen going for his pit stop. I was just mentioning the pit stops. Jongen makes his now. Let's see how long it takes him. I don't think he will be changing tires, so it will just be a splash and dash. 20 minutes on the clock. Jeroen Jongen in the pits. First of the GT3s to make a regular pit stop. Maybe trying to go for the undercut there. As the banana Mustang leaves the pits again, Jeroen Jongen drops to 6th position. Behind Dean Ellico in the McLaren. P5 now. Gets on the throttle. Speeds up to first corner. Where he finds... Ooh, that's Juwig. You cannot do that. You need to leave the room. But all well. Nobody got hurt. No cars got hurt. And Jeroen Jongen is back on his way. Now, let's see what Dudley does. Because Dudley obviously saw Jongen go into the pit just ahead. Will he extend or will he follow Jeroen Jongen's lead and get into the pit as well? Was behind, so he'll probably try to go longer. Trying to see if with some fresh, clean air in ahead, he can make some headway. Jongen already stuck behind Wilson here. This is for position. Wilson doesn't have to do anything. He can fight Jongen. So this is not the best of situations for Jeroen Jongen unless he can clear Wilson quickly, and he cannot in this corner. Yeah, and this is the risk you run when you make an early pit stop. You get into traffic. Jongen on the inside. Oh, also almost taps him. Oh, and now he does go around, and that's, I think he did that on his own, Wilson. I don't think that was contact. I don't think that was caused by Jongen directly, maybe indirectly. Let's hope there was no contact there and it was just a solo spin, so to say. Jongen lost a bit of time there. What does Dudley do? Dudley keeps on keeping on. Stays in the Lambo. I'm not sure why Jeroen Jongen chose to do the early pit stop. So far, I don't think it has worked out. But maybe Jongen, when he has some free air, can also gain some lap time. For now, John Dudley is in P3. So, see where everybody ends up after their pit stop. Jeroen Jongen, the first and only one of the GT3s to make a regular pit stop so far, I think. Meanwhile, in P2, Bart Jansen, P2 LMGT3 in the BMW. So it's BMW, Lamborghini at the moment in LMGT3. The fight in hypercar for first position has died down. 4.6 seconds between Holloway and Luis. Trying to find an interesting duo to watch. There are no real fights on track at the moment. Let's look at Nathan Warren. P3 and LMP2. 9 seconds behind P2 of Baptiste. Should we go on board in that Lexus? I think, is that north? Yeah, that's north. Let's go on board and see what the Lexus sounds like. And hear what the Lexus sounds like. There we go. .15 on the clock. North, hustling the Aquadis ASP Lexus RCF through the S's. See how bumpy this gets, especially here. Oh, big jump there, another one. Yeah, big bumps there. It's not quite Sebring, but still some bumps to contend with. Trying to keep the car stable. On board with North, being lapped by Aaron Holloway in the art car. Followed by Luis about 3.5 seconds later. Well, behind him anyway. Luis obviously having a bit of a hold up there. 0.7. Still no pit stops. Trying to look on the schedule for a pit stop. Well, Faraci needs to let Matthew North go in the Lexus. Might be quicker. Probably is not. See the BMW being twitchy. It's quite a handful, I think, and it might have something to do with the setup. Goes wide again there. Looks quite different from what Sander Jacobs is doing. Steady, but really fast. 14 seconds, almost 15 seconds ahead of P2 at the moment. Go watch his stream. He normally streams his races on Twitch. Warty Warthog NL. Warty Warthog NL on Twitch. Go give him a follow. Sander Jacobs. Jeroen Jongen also normally streams as Jeroen Jongen on Twitch. That's what I know. And obviously in the Discord there are more people posting their streaming links. So go and take a look and give them all a follow. And when watching the stream you get a unique perspective from the cockpit mostly of these guys trying to do the best they can in these racing cars. We have no fights at the moment going on. Let's go through the positions. We have in Hypercar Holloway, Lewis, Hoffman, Tedder and Attenborough. In P2 we have LMP2. We have Adam Locke, Britt Batiste, Nathan Warren and Oliver Dewick in that order. GT3, Jacobs, Janssen, Dudley, North, Elko, Antinori, Jongen, Wilson and Faraci. And Jeroen Jongen being out of sync there. Again, we are waiting for more pit stops. But so far they have not appeared. There's one. Lock in the pit in the LMP2. Splash and dash cannot be long. While also Bart Jansen comes into the pit. So, is it now kicking off? Jansen already gone. Splash and dash, as I said. And now we will see where Jeroen Jongen shuffles to. Sander Jacobs still out there. Oh, a bit wide in the hairpin. Onto the back straight. Will he make a pit stop this lap? I imagine that people that started with a full tank and ran it all the way to the bottom will be pitting soon enough. Janssen was... Jeroen Jongen was really early. Janssen was, I think, the first of the regular, let's say, full tank ones. Let's see if Jacobs comes into the pit in this lap. It's a long lap. 2 minutes and 10 seconds in an LMGT3 car. Meanwhile, we keep an eye on the hypercar fight. Jacobs continues, doesn't come in. A hypercar fight. We have Louise within 2 seconds now of Holloway. So he's making headway again. He's getting closer. He's getting closer. Jacobs goes on. Who will be the next to pit? We have 9 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Are there people that will make it to the end? Did Sander Jacobs save fuel? Did he have to? Can't imagine with his pace, but you never know. Maybe he decided to save fuel a bit later. And the gap was large enough. He has now 20 seconds, so he's still pushing the car hard. Benito Luis, 2.3 seconds again. So I think a bit of traffic played a role there. lost 0.8 again, but he can smell P1. He is so close. Oh, goes wide there. Will Aaron Holloway be able to hold on to P1? Will he withstand the pressure? Meantime, Dean Alico is getting closer to Matthew North in P4. Only 2.2 seconds there. He's now 2.7 behind. Will he go in? No, that's not the pit entry. I thought he was at the pit entry. Locks up, really pushing the car. It's really trying to get closer to Holloway. But still 2.8 seconds of a difference, so... And there goes Jacobs. Jacobs into the pit. Sander Jacobs into the pit for his splash and dash. 7 minutes on the clock. Only a splash and dash. Stops at his pit box. And exactly, well, almost exactly the right spot. Car up. Refueling, and down. That's a really short splash and dash. He gained some time there. He did gain some time there. Meanwhile, Dudley also into the pit in the background. There he comes. And stops. Let's see how long his stop is. And if he can beat the others. Ooh, that's a slow entry there. That cost him a bit of time. Also, oh, down, up. Does not look as fast. Oh, what's happening? Oh, stops. Did he not set his pit stop? Did he do something wrong? Oh my god, this doesn't look right. This is not going well for Dudley. Did he stall the car? What did he do? What happened there? That was a slow stop. That might favor Jeroen Jongen in the fight. Jongen still behind Antinori, who still has to stop, I think. So let's see. Sander Jacobs lost a bit of time to Bart Jansen, even though he had a really quick stop. Still 17.8 seconds ahead, but he was 20 seconds ahead. So Jacobs did lose some time to Jansen. Obviously, there's still a couple more pit stops to go. Is this the final order? Can Dean Alico make it to the end in the McLaren? Did he fuel save? Did he fool everybody by not having to pit? Of course, he is closely followed by North. Matthew North in the Lexus. Within half a second of the McLaren. North and Alico going at it. North in the slipstream, Farace behind, but he's in last position. He's one lap behind. Only thing he can do is watch. He will not want to get involved in this fight. North and Alico. North is within a second. Oh, and Farace goes around. Spin in the background of Alessandro Farace. Yeah, I think he has quite an unstable setup, or he has some damage left that he did not fix. That's also a possibility. Jeroen Jongen coming in the background. Will we see more pit stops? Will we see Dean Alico go into the pit? Yes, he will. There he goes. Was not able to save until the end of the race. 4 minutes to go. Has to make a pit stop. This can only be for a very little fuel, and also Matthew North comes in to the pit. This will be very fast stops if all goes well. North up on the jacks. Alico on the jacks. Jeroen Jongen. Where's Jongen? Yeah, very short stops for these guys. Still the same order. But Antinori. Here is Luca Antinori now in P3. He's 2.8 seconds ahead of Jeroen Jongen. And there's Jongen in the background in the yellow Mustang. While in the hypercar we have Benito Luis 35 seconds behind Holloway. Did he make a pit stop? Does Holloway need to make a pit stop? What's going on there? 3 minutes to go. Will it be a very late pit stop for Holloway? Holloway in the S's. Did not come in. Did not come in for a pit stop. Was he saving fuel? Will he have to do a really short splash and dash at the end? 35 seconds between... Ooh, goes wide there. 35 seconds between P1 and P2 in hypercar at the moment. I'm curious, will Antinori have to come in? Jeroen Jongen is 3.5 seconds behind. Did Antinori save fuel to get to the end? 2 minutes 30 seconds left on the clock. Antinori, did you have a sly strategy there? Driving really carefully, trying to make it to the end. 2 minutes 15 seconds on the clock. Is Antinori coming into the pit? Will he make it to the end? He's going in. He's coming into the pit. This gives P3 back to Jeroen Jongen. He's right behind. There he is. P3 back into the hands of Jeroen Jongen in the Mustang. So nobody was able to make it to the end. We do see Dudley in the background. Not too far behind Jongen. Not too far behind, even though he had a slow stop. He had a very slow stop. Something went wrong there. At least he got fueled, I think, because he did stay out. He didn't have to come in again. And he is 2.7 seconds behind Jeroen Jongen. Dudley pushing the Lambo. But we have, again, the 3 J's in front. The 3 Dutch J's. Jacobs, Jansen and Jongen. Jansen with a comfortable lead of 20 seconds while we have 1 minute to go. Let's see where the lead LMP 1, I was going to say hypercar is. Holloway. Did he do a pit stop? Why did he not do a pit stop? Did he fuel save? Somehow. Oh, jumps the curb like a madman. That was a really interesting line. And not entirely necessary, I would say. Did make for a good show though. BMW M Hybrid V8 art car in first position. 30 seconds between him and Luis. Maybe Luis made a mistake. I don't know. If Holloway did pull this off, and I think this is the last lap. Are we on the track? Yeah, this will be the last lap. 13 seconds. So Holloway, if he doesn't make a mistake, gets the comfortable win. Did he win by not making a pit stop? Did Luis have a problem? I don't know. I really cannot tell you. I do not have enough information here to know. Anyway, end of the race. We have Aaron Holloway in the BMW taking the win in hypercar. Takes the win, goes over the finish line, and sets the car on the left side of the track. Congratulations to Holloway, who's going to try to do some donuts, I think. Is that? No, at least some drift. Benito Luis, P2 in the Peugeot 9X8 2023 hypercar. Last corner, small lockup. Drifts the car out of the corner. Adam Locke takes the win in LMP2. Goes over the finish, followed by Benito Luis in the Peugeot. So we have Holloway, Luis and Justin Hoffman. Yeah, just finishing the race. P3 for Hoffman. Chris Tedder is in P4. Let's see where Sander Jacobs is. He's still back on the track. Baptiste goes into the last corner. P2 in LMP2. So a podium for him as well. And Oliver Dewey takes P3. Nathan Warren is behind in P4. Then we wait for Sander Jacobs. P1 in LMGT3. Congratulations to Sander. Taking the top spot in LMGT3. Oh, don't do that, guys. Almost crashed. Sander did see him at the last moment, so all good. Sander Jacobs P1. P2 goes to Bart Jansen, the second Dutchie with a J. In also the BMW, the team WRT is having a good day. Bart Jansen P2. Congratulations to Bart. And the all-Dutch podium will be completed if Jeroen hangs on to P3 here. Last corner. Dudley is right on his heels. But not far enough. Jeroen Jongen takes the third Dutch podium spot in the Mustang. Almost got overtaken by John Dudley in the Lambo. Maybe John got some new tires, I don't know. And tried to make it that way, but he didn't succeed. P4. Well, didn't succeed. P4 is also quite respectable. Dudley in the Lambo trying to do some donuts. Alright people, let's go to the final results. We will take a look at the hypercars. This is practice. Let's not look at practice. No, we don't have the session results yet. We don't. So we have to wait for the session to end before I can show you the end result. Still waiting for that. Still waiting for the session to end so I can show you the end result again. Nothing really much to look at the moment. We did finish the session. Well, let's do it this way then. Hypercar, Holloway, Lewis, Hoffman on the podium. Chris Taylor in 4th and Attenborough in 5th. Aaron Sparks, P6, Wagner Marquez in P7 and Gary Smith and Lucas de Deug did not finish the race. P2, LMP2. First place, Adam Locke. Second for Baptiste, third for Uwig and fourth for Nathan Warren. LMGT3, Sander Jacobs, Bart Jansen, Jeroen Jongen make up the all-Dutch J podium. John Dudley also a J, but did not make it to the podium. P4, Dean Ellico P5, Matthew North P6, P7 Antinori, 8 Wilson and P9 Alessandro Farace. Let's see if we do have some results in the meantime. Ah, there's the end of the session. So maybe we will have, no, we do not have a race result. All right, everybody, thank you for watching this 4th race of 5 of the Amigos Racing League Thursday evening championship on COTA. Next week, last race, we will race at, where will we race? We will race at Spa, because this is the road to Spa. Spa Endurance. We'll have a 60-minute race on Spa. See you all next time, and I hope you have a good weekend. It's going to be hot in the Netherlands. Hopefully it's going to be a nice weather where you are as well. This was Peter Kalsbergen, alias SimCurves, signing out for Amigos. See you next week. Have a nice evening.